Hello guys, today I'll be showing you how I extracted a table from my Microsoft Excel into my SQL Server. So what did I do here? The first thing I did, I had to go through my Excel sheet to check the table I want to extract. Then moving forward, I opened my SQL Server to create my table structure. I have to make sure that the table structure I'm creating tallies with what was in the Excel sheet. So I decided to name the table sales. Then this was me trying to put in the data type for each of the columns in the Excel sheet. Of course, I use date for days, I use integer for transfer, and I also use integer data type for cash. Now it's time for me to run this query, but I'm not on the right database, so I have to select the right database. So now I can click on Alt X or just highlight it and just click on the run, but I usually use Alt S. Then I have to check if the table structure I created is correct, and voila. Now I can move on. I can open my Microsoft Visual Studio. So you have to create a new project. That's the first thing you do when you open your Microsoft Visual Studio. And then I click on the search bar and I type SSIS and I pick the package that has the ETL package, because that is what I want to do. I want to extract, transform, and load my data into SQL Server. I have to name the project. I named it data cleaning sales. Then I went for that to create my project. So I have to wait for my Microsoft Visual Studio to open. Immediately Microsoft Visual Studio opened, the first thing I did was to click on data flow tags. I don't know why I was rushing in this video. I click on data flow tags and I double click on that. It is important you do this before you do anything else. And I went to my source, and I picked Excel source. Yes, because the table is coming from an Excel table. I clicked on the new tab, then browse. The name of the table is sales table. The name of the file is sales. So I clicked OK. Then I have to pick the sheet I'm working with. Of course, there's only one sheet on the Excel sales table. So look at the file I want to work with. So I click on OK. So this error always comes anytime I preview my sheet. I don't know why, but what I just did after getting that error was that I just had to redo the whole process. But this time around, I did not do the whole preview process. I just clicked on OK. As you can see, there's no error sign on my Excel source again. So now we can move forward. Then I went to the command tab. There I chose my data conversion. So I dragged it to my workspace. Then I connected the blue line from my Excel source to the data conversion. After doing this, then I had to move forward to pick the destination where I want the extracted Excel sheet to go into. So I went to destination and I choose OLEDB destination. Then I connected the blue line to the OLEDB destination. Then I double clicked on that. Then now I had to click on the new tab, new year or so. Then I had to pick my provider first, and I choose my Microsoft OLEDB driver for SQL Server. Then moving forward, I had to type in the name of my server name, which is Microsoft localhost in small letter, because that's how I save my SQL Server name. Then I chose the database where the particular table structure I created was at. Then I'm supposed to test connection, but I didn't test connection, so I just move and click OK. Now I have to pick the table. There's only one table in that database, sales. So now I go to my mappings and everything is already mapped automatically. But in a situation where it was not mapped automatically, I had to connect the lines by myself. Then I went for that to click on start. The program has to run, and of course everything worked. As you can see, the old green line. So I went back to my SQL Server to check if the table structure I want, if everything has been loaded into SQL Server. And what I just did was just to highlight this let's start from sales, and as you can see, we're done. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next data project series.